What you're seeing right now is what the player that submitted the review had to say. I wanted you to check this out because I feel like I run into this problem a lot where I get annihilated by a diver as healer, especially Spider-Man. I know dive is basically designed to pressure the backline, but I want to know if there are things that I can do to be proactive and help myself survive longer instead of praying that randoms in solo queue turn around and help. Also, I'm pretty new to Luna, only about 2.5 hours, so any advice on how I could use her more effectively would be greatly appreciated. First things first, if you'd like your replay reviewed, go down to the pinned comment down below. It's going to explain how to get your replay reviewed. Second thing is Cloudy Crow is a member of my channel. Cloudy Crow has been a member of my channel for more than a year. Like, he's been supporting since basically this channel has been alive. While we're on the topic of members, if you want to be a member, consider clicking that join button down below. Members get perks, and one of the perks is to get their replay prioritized. So Cloudy Crow is a member, therefore their replay got picked before anyone else's because they are a member. They can't do it back to back to back to back, but you do have priority as a member. One more quick little side note too, Cloudy Crow actually has a YouTube channel, so if you like anime and stuff like that, check them out. They didn't ask me to do this. They didn't pay me to say anything. Cloudy's been a really good friend of mine for a long time, and I want to see everyone be successful. So Cloudy Crow, check them out if you like anime. Dudes go. All right, so we're gonna be playing some Luna Snow. I just thought about it, but like, Cloudy, you ain't never shout me out on your channel, like ever, not once. No, don't try to give me that. It don't make sense to shout you out on my channel. Don't play me. Anyway, I done lost my whole focus messing with you. This is why I don't ever do nothing for you, because you always mess up my focus in my videos. I'm troll. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, we're playing Luna Snow. First things first is you want to identify, not even just as Luna, but as anybody, as a support or a DPS. You want to identify who they have and what are the threats on their team. Let's see who we have. We already seen Spider-Man. That right there tells us how we need to play. So each character in this game has a strength and a weakness, especially when it comes to these dive characters. When it comes to Spider-Man, there's a specific way you need to deal with Spider-Man. I kind of feel bad. For exposing the secret, but I'm not a Spider-Man player, so I don't care. But the easiest way to beat this character is by being in closed spaces. Now, it might seem obvious, but I'm telling you right now, the amount of times people don't do it is ridiculous. What you want to do is you want to be in closed spaces as much as possible. This doesn't mean camp those spaces, but it basically means when you're in danger, run to them. The amount of spaces that we have is here. This is kind of acceptable, but he still has a little bit of wiggle room. The spot in here with the doorway, the spot in here with the window. Then there's another spot down there in the back, right here. All right, so we have a few places for us to go. Let's see if we use any of them as we play. So we're just doing our thing, getting some heals off. We know that Spider-Man didn't cross the threshold yet. Oh, there he goes. We know Spider-Man's up here. As soon as you've seen the first web, we need to react. That doesn't mean shoot the guy, but we need to like position in a spot where we're not gonna get hit. He tags someone, he goes in, you look towards that direction to try to fight the guy, and he gets away. This is a complete no-no. When dealing with divers, they don't really want to stay in, right? A lot of divers go in and they go out. Spider-Man goes in and he goes out. Let's see how much time Spider-Man just used to go in. Like, how much did he realistically, like, how long did he stay in this one? So looking at the Spider-Man, he goes in and he's in for about 2 seconds, and then the guy's out. How much time did you waste looking at this guy, trying to hit this guy? Is it here? There it is, okay. Right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So about 4 to 5 seconds you wasted. This dude used 2 of his seconds, and you wasted 5. Now you could say, well, he has to go get health packs, he has to come back, blah, 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 which is true. But in terms of the fight itself, he got more value out of that than you did. If there was a team fight happening right now and you used 5 seconds of your team fight to do that, and he only used 2 seconds of his team fight to get her low, almost kill threat range, actually in kill threat range, his team could have just picked off the kill and you lost a teammate and you're wasting all your time looking up. Your whole team's dying around you. Do not focus characters like this. What is the main goal of a Spider-Man? To be annoying, he goes in, he leaves. What's the main goal of a Black Panther? To be annoying, he goes in, he leaves. I mean, he could do it a few times, but you know. Iron Fist, most of the time, unless you're just really solo by yourself, he goes in and leaves. All these characters that are divers, if you are together like you are now, they don't stay in. They go in and leave. Some characters take a little bit longer to leave, but they still do that. So with that mindset, why are we focusing a character that we know is not going to be there in the next few seconds? Granted, nothing is happening for you or him. So, you know, him going in was kind of like not at the right time because nobody got anything out of it. His team didn't get anything out of it. And, you know, you didn't get anything out of it either. It's like both teams were just kind of like at a stalemate anyway. It was kind of like a waste. But should he have timed that better, you would have lost a lot because you sat there focusing him. He comes back in, he ends up killing you. And why? We're open. We're out in the open. You were doing what? Were you fighting or healing? Let's see what you were doing this entire time. Looks like you're healing more than fighting. Fighting a little bit. But you're mostly kind of healing. Do that here. What is he gonna do? Oh, he's gonna drop down and web me. Okay, and you go over here and you shoot out this window. And then if he's still following you, jump out the window and keep focusing the people in front of you, healing them and whatnot. And just keep doing that. You can hear him behind you. Should he keep chasing you, I guess we're just gonna go in circles. Or he'll give up. You can actually just straight up 1v1 this guy. Spider-Man inside is like useless. He cannot move. That is how he gets you. Then the only version of Spider-Man you're fighting is web shooters, and they're hard to hit. You can out damage this guy. If he can't land it and dash to you, he's not going to. The other way he dashes to you is by hitting the floor and jetting to you, but in a closed space, he'll overshoot or undershoot. It's very hard to do it right in a closed space. Use these areas, man. I'm trying to tell you, it'll help a lot, especially because you can do the same thing you're doing now from that closed space. So he does end up killing you. It's unfortunate. They take over the area. Happens. Your team's dying. There's no reason to go here unless you're trying to stall time. When you're doing this, you gotta think about, is the time worth stalling for? Right? Like, let's just say you die, Venom dies, and instead of sitting on point, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna do, which is exactly what they did. I'm just used to it for platinum players. They could be pushing. Imagine they push, they start fighting her right now. Then she dies. Then what? You're out of tank. So you're out of 2 tanks and a healer because you decided to just, you know, do that. Now, I'm not saying stalling the timer is bad, but weigh the pros and cons before you choose to do that so that you're not in a bad situation for your team. I mean, heck, imagine that they were able to secure that before you spawned and you start way over there with Venom. Then your whole entire team's cooked. Like, weigh these things and it helps you out a lot. So we're in the same position where we know Spider-Man's around. What should we do? Let's look up. We'll look down, but you know, go up to look down. And let's look for closed spaces. So we have one here. We have one here. That has a nest in it, so it's even better. That place is godlike. Like, if you can hold up in there, that place is godlike. You can also hide here. You can also hide here. Have these escape routes, understand where you need to go. You'll do wonders. So let's continue to play. There she goes forward. She does her spider mode. I don't like that we're still hanging out here. We need to move forward and get in here. Should anyone walk in here? Dead, 100%. Move forward, get into advantageous positions. Your positioning only works when you have the typical front to back team comp. When both teams have the typical front to back team comp, you probably would win more games than not. But should your team have a team comp that's like, that disperses, or the enemy team comp have something like that that will cause you to disperse or whatever, should things not be in order, that's where you flop. That's where your positioning becomes a problem. And that is what's going to prevent you from climbing. I don't know how high you want to climb, but I promise you, post diamond, you're about to have a lot of dive characters on you. So If we can remedy this type of stuff like now, by the time you get there, you'll be God. Okay, again, go in there. Go in there, go in there, go in there. One thing that a lot of players, not you, not just you, a lot of players, like if 99.9% of the players, they see threats as a typical RPG game or a typical MOBA or whatever. The way threats are perceived is like this. The threat is here. The way that we avoid the threat is being as far away as possible. In a game like this, when there's divers and things like that, it's not about an if they get to you, it's when. These characters will get to you. Think about what to do when they're there versus how do I stand before they get here. They're going to get to you. So you need to think about, well, how can I handle the situation once they're there? There's not a lot of that coming from your gameplay. We're all out in the open again. When we could have been in there. I mean, he's even running towards that spot. Right? Wolverine does Wolverine things. Spider-Man does Spider-Man things. We end up dead. Why did this happen? Well, first things first, positioning, right? You could do what you just did here and here. Spider-Man cannot really fight you in closed spaces. Obviously, this is hindsight, so it's weird for me to keep repeating it, but I'm just kind of putting it in there for you. It's not like you're doing it in real time. Spider-Man can't fight in closed spaces. The other thing is that even if that wasn't Spider-Man, why are we positioning in the open? It could be anybody. Fast forward, when Spider-Man gets to you, what do? We kite away from the nest. We kite away from our team. This isn't something that's just you. Everybody has that mentality of what I just said with the spacing. The threat is here. The way we avoid threats in games mostly is by getting away from it. If you're super far away, how do you hurt me? When someone gets to you, because they inevitably will, what you want to do instead of backing up, you want to do this. I'm getting attacked here. That's kind of dark. I'm getting attacked here. How do I run away? Not like that. You run away like this. It allows us to have way more control over where we're going and adjusting on the fly. Should we need a zigzag, we can. What's harder to hit? A target going backwards and I'm walking forwards, or a target going in circles, jumping around, moving side to side? If we did that exact thing, it'd be very hard for them to hit. Melee characters have a hitbox. They can't just swing their fist and it's gonna connect. They have a hitbox. I know sometimes it's just hard to think about it that way, but there is a hitbox for these characters. Should you get out of that hitbox, they can't hit you. The same with guns. Think about that. Get out of their way that way. I'll tell you when you could have ran away. Right now, you can even just sound cue Spider-Man. You don't even have to know he's there. If you hear a go right by you, you need to move. You could have been stepping your way this way while still fighting at the same exact time. And then as he pounces you, you're knocked up, then you just go in here and you just go around this thing and start circling him. There's just not enough game plan about what to do. A lot of what you're experiencing is, what do I do to prevent being dove? It's inevitable. Your thought should be, what should I do when they dive me? Where can I be to make it harder for them to get me, but it's still going to need to have a reaction from me? You know what I mean? Because they still are going to get to you. It just takes a little bit longer. Same thing. What are our zones here? Our safe zones? Down here, up here. I wouldn't go that deep, but there's like an exit here and there's another one over there. So a few spots. You healing up your team. Okay, shields up. We know Spider-Man is still behind us. Okay. Alright, Magamoto. Good reaction. I don't really like how you did it, but I like how you did it. So in a vacuum, that was a good reaction to heal your team. In this scenario, Luna can't get CC when she ults. This little bar that you see flashing, it might be a little bit hard to see, but that little bar, when it's orange, no character can be crowd controlled. They can still be hurt. Some can't. Some will be invincible during this, but most characters that have this glow can't be hurt. Or can't be CC'd, I'm sorry. So you could have just let this guy pounce on you. Oh, and then the guy behind you doesn't die. Then the Moor doesn't die to you. Or doesn't die in general. So now we're just trying to, you know, heal up. Try to get him back. I know how you feel. Doing your best. We're chilling. Get the Wolverine. Nice. He was in your team. Good kill. Magic was going ham, bro. Again, I would like to see you in some secluded area. Dude, imagine if you actually repositioned properly all the time. You would see stuff like this, and you could have just prevented him from respawning. If you're nervous and you're like, they're all over there, go this way. Boop, boop, boop. Now, you don't really have an exit. There's no like way to get away from this spot. You'd have to go forward. So what you could do is just come here instead, which is kind of the same thing, to be honest. And then should you get chased, run here, take the trampoline up, you're chilling. The boost pad up, chilling. But you're sitting duck. What do you do in a situation like this? You pray that you can land snowball, which is what you did. Good shot. But that's not something that you can rely on. Spider-Man's still chilling there. We know he is. We saw him go over there. You're trying to help your team. Cool. When we leave, for some reason, we are not playing in here once again. We're just playing in path. Spider-Man is definitely about to come kill you. There it is. You're KO'd. That could have been fixed by just going in here. I mean, that one, not really much you can do if he would have killed you there. You just came out. But let's go back for a second and just kind of see, would we be in an okay position to stand here? So, like about here, right? You know he's going deep. Could we have like been here? If we decided to go here instead, we'd see Wolverine. You'd get a kill because he's AFK. And then you continue to fight here. Even right now, you're not even dead. Reposition. You see them all. Except Rocket, but I mean, you can see the balls flying. Let's just say we reposition here once again. Let's play it out. Could you have still done what you, yeah, look, you're still here. Boom, boom, boom. Spider-Man chase you. Run in here, he can't catch you, just turn around and start tailing it. So it could have worked there too. So far, there's not one scenario where I felt like being on the inside would still be a problem. Just newsflash, I don't know if you know this. I'm pretty sure that when you enhance your ability, you lose damage. So for any Luna players, you might have to fact check me on this one, but I'm pretty sure. You lose, I think, 10 damage when you do this because it's piercing. So if you're going to fight, there's no reason to have your piercing. It boosts your healing, I believe, by 15, but it reduces your damage by 10. It allows for you to shoot everybody in a line, though. So if you're trying to fight something, don't do it. I guess you could say the only benefit is it's a laser, whereas her basic attack is 3 shots. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But when she does the enhance, it's a laser, but I just aim better. I guess. I wouldn't waste it and reduce my damage. Again, we're just kind of in a crappy position. I didn't even think you were going to die there, to be honest. But again, we're just in a crappy position. Like I said, the only way you position well is only if it's a front to back like comp. Otherwise, you just have a really hard time positioning.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Here we're getting back. Oh, we hear Spider-Man. I bet you he dies. Unless something bad happens. Let me see. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's look at it from his perspective. Oh, he does die. Okay, let's look at it from his perspective. He has 2 swings. But what is he gonna do? Nothing. Even if he wasn't there, you'd have to be a god to like get out of small spots like this. This isn't even that close of a space and my man died. Imagine all the other times you were on the map and you took him to something really small and closed off. Guy would die. 100% of the time die. That is what you want to abuse. Every character has strengths and weaknesses. You just got to figure out what it is. Some of them are positional based, some of them are character based, some of them are combo based, whatever you need. And there you go. Hey, just kind of chilling. That sucks. You ulted because you heard it, but she stunned him before it went off. At least you have damage boost, which is what you do. That's fine. Pretty much the basic gameplay here, just kind of fighting that front to back. I think we heard Spider-Man. Yeah, we did. There he goes. Nice freeze. You see, it's like you're way more focused on in the moment fighting instead of what do I do before he gets to me. Luckily he ends up dying. I don't like that you looked up and did all of that stuff again. Remember, ignore them. As a support, you have way more responsibilities than a DPS. DPS main goal is just kind of do damage. They have other things they can be doing, but for the most part, if you take an average player and put them on each role, DPS just has less to focus on and worry about. Let them do that job and continue to focus on your team. Or focus on fighting people. That's fine too. But I just would not recommend the constant look around. Yes, sometimes it's fine. More often than not, it's not. Point taken right there. You saw Spider-Man, you didn't move your camera, you kept fighting. Just like that. You see him again. It's unfortunate. This is a closed space. Bro, these aren't even really that closed of spots. Yet he has a hard time dealing with it. I'm telling you, man. Spider-Man's, I'm sorry. Spider-Man's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Spider-Man's is from, well, not Spider, but Menzies. It's from something super long ago, like a Tyler Perry thing, and that's how they say Men's. So anytime I say Men's, I always think of Menzies. Dude comes in, drops down, gaming. Don't like your positioning. You could be way further away from danger than you are. But it's fun. I'm telling you, your positioning is rough. It's like you only know the position once you're in danger, when you should be positioned before you're in danger. That's why good positioning is a thing. That's unlucky. Oh God. If you like space yourself away from your team a little bit more, you have a much wider field of view and you can see what's happening. Like, if we take a peek at like what you're looking at now. To be fair, that was kind of over. I wouldn't have used this ult. I would have saved it. Your team is dead anyway. Like what is her face? Your Cloak and Dagger died anyway. You going forward, then just basically let the Punisher die. Like, it could have been used in a better spot. Your team could have spawned first. Trying to get some heals. Cool. Alright. Spider-Man does Spider-Man things. Could we have been in another closed area? Yep, there's one right here. You know how hard it would be to get to you from right here? Angles, brother. Angles. Alright. There you go. So, not too bad. Again, it's not like you're a bad player, but you just like, what's what I'm looking for? You just like order in your gameplay. And when there's no order, you have no clue what you're doing. This is why when I say low diamond players are like a very drastic difference from high diamond players, is because you don't really learn how to do that yet until you start climbing and dealing with people who really understand how to get to you. Then you go through a whole bunch of losers to figure out what's going on, and then you'll stumble upon it. You need to learn how to play when things are chaotic. When things are chaotic, ults going off everywhere, things like that, when you learn how to compose yourself and reposition and just always be in an advantageous spot, you will realize how much easier it is to win games, even if you're not really seeking out kills. Before we move on to the next round, of course, if you are enjoying this content, if you're learning a lot from this content, consider becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button down below. Not only does it help the channel and help me produce the content that I can create, such as these VOD reviews for free and whatnot, but also you can get perks and stuff later down the line. I have some more events lined up, like I said before, but I'm not going to share that yet. Thank you for the people that are members right now and the people that plan to become future members. I appreciate it. Thank you a lot. Let's get moving. Let's get moving. So we're on attack now. The thing about defense is it's a lot easier to position well on defense than it is on offense. On defense, as I said, when there's order, right, you pretty much understand where to position. When it's chaotic, you don't. Attacking is chaotic. Therefore, we're gonna probably have a treat for us this round. Let's see what we got. I would prefer us to be over here. So when you spawn, what you could do is you can kind of come here and just kind of read the situation. So come through the building, read the situation, and see where you can stand. Yes, if you stand over there, your angle is less. You see more people here, but they also can see you, which means you can die. You have more agency over your life if you stand here, especially if you stand kind of far back off corner, because you can cut the angle. You see how I can see Doctor Strange, but I'm not revealed to Magneto? If you play like this, you're revealed to more. So it's not only just about the specific angles that you're holding, but it's also how you hold those angles that really benefit. I would like to see you use your enhanced ability. I've noticed throughout this entire gameplay, you hold on to it a lot. Let that thing rip. It allows you to heal people in front of you and deal damage at the same time. It pierces everybody. They're lined up a lot during this entire gameplay and we haven't been using it. When do we use it? I'm still waiting. Okay, we use it now. So we used it in like the span of 60 seconds. We could have used it about 2 or 3 times before 60 seconds ran out, and we didn't. Use it off cooldown if you can. If you don't need to, then don't. If you're saving it for something specific, like you know a fight's about to happen, but just holding it for no reason, it really spreads yourself thin. Again, we talked about this, dealing with Spider-Man. You could have been doing the exact same thing you're doing now from here, and you'd have been chilling. This time you are kiting into your team, but it's more or less into the fog. But let's see how Spider-Man played that. So he comes in, thinks he's a good guy. Look at how you move. You start circling. You're circling still. You see how hard it was for him to hit you? You didn't really do it fully, but you have circled. Like you kind of backed up and turned to go into the nest, but it's the action of turning and jumping that's causing him to miss. It's not the nest being there. It's very hard to hit a target that's constantly doing this, especially as a melee character. You have to twist a lot more than a ranged character does when they're moving in circles. If you really want to be a god gamer, what you could do, this is you have to be confident in your gameplay. I do this a lot, but you got to be real confident. This is us. They come at us. What you could do if you're a god, when they come at you, just walk forward and then just start circling them, because they're going to continue to do this and you're going to continue to just kind of loop them over and over. So they're going to be here and you're just going to go boop, boop, and they're either going to stop hitting you or they're going to learn how to make their camera position in a way where they can attack you. There's multiple ways to be very hard to hit, and if you continue to mix and mash it up a lot, they're gonna stop going for you. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. This is coming from doing it in high rank games, bro. Like, I'm trying to tell you, it doesn't work all the time. They're not, you know, but if you mix it up, it's hard to know what you're going to do. If I know when I go to attack you, you're gonna back up every single time, I know how to play. But if you back up once, go in a circle, the other one, circle around me, the other one, I was like, bro, you're crazy. I don't want to fight you no more. It's one of those scenarios.
I am ready to put on a show. Powering up. We better test this out.
We ulted. I don't really know. A lot of our ults have not been on point lately. I'm gonna say the best way to think about using your ult when you're using Luna, Cloak and Dagger, is how much impact it can bring to the fight. Luckily, Cloak and Dagger is so broken, it always brings impact to the fight. But the other characters like Mantis, Luna, Invisible Woman, like, you gotta really think about, like, how can it bring impact to the fight? What am I waiting for? You know? And then use it accordingly. It doesn't have to always be to deny, like Doctor Strange or Spider-Man. It can be used for a lot of different things. So really think outside the box and think like, how can I use my ult? Is it better to use it to engage, disengage, use it to block an ability, use it to win a fight, use it to stall somebody that's sitting on me the entire time? Like, how can I do that? Kind of just another scenario of just poor positioning. If you're really looking to just perma heal, because I noticed you've been kind of perma healing a lot, what you could do is do it from a safer position. If we're up here, right, we took that boost up here and we're healing our team here, it's harder for us to get hurt. Should they chase us, we just go up, go around, and we have our exit plan. This down here just makes it easier for you to get hit. Like, a lot of your shots aren't necessarily to the enemy. So if your mindset is only going to be like, oh, I'm just going to heal my teammates for this part of the map, well, back yourself up and get to an extremely safe spot. That way it's very hard to get you killed. If it's like, oh, I'm going to look for damage, then obviously adjust accordingly and get closer accordingly. Wolverine does Wolverine things. Again, position better. Like, you're always in a bad position for everything. I will say these are some obscure ultimates though, right? Like a Spider-Man ult, you gotta be prepared for Spider-Man to just swing in. Wolverine, you gotta be prepared to get lifted up and like dove into. It's a lot. But if you don't stack on your team all the time, you're never in any danger to get hit by everything. I mean, you heard him. Don't mess with Spider-Man. This is what happens. Your positioning isn't there. You're only positioning in your team, and that's not how you play the game. That's not how you stay safe. Positioning away from the threats is how you end up safe. Being in your team doesn't mean you're protected. I think people have a misconception about what to do and how to avoid. They think to be farthest away is how you stay safe, and they think being in your team is how you stay safe. That's not how it works. Kiting to your team is different from already being in your team. Just like that, that was kiting to your team going in circles. You did that, you didn't even... That's the first time I've seen you do that. Oh, but you did it because this thing was here. You didn't even do that as default reaction. It was because you were covering and going around the spider bot. Yo, what she got up in there? We gaming? See what you doing? Oh, that's kind of dope. Yo, what's that? Oh, that's her bag. Yo, that's clean. Why am I sidetracked? Okay, back to the game. You're in an odd position again. It's like you're not thinking about anything but what's on your screen or the innate danger of like Spider-Man. If there's people here, you can push by being there. Right? Think about it this way. If you're trying to push forward, I'll do it over here because it's kind of hard to see. I'm pretty sure I'm sitting there. If you're pushing forward and the payload is here, what are you accomplishing? What's the goal of the game? To push the payload. If we're here, what are we accomplishing? Nothing. You can say, well, we're creating space. Yeah, but there's people there. If this is already pushing by itself, why do we need to push them out? The payload will push them out for us. They'll back up eventually, or they'll have their tank stop us. As a support, it's never your job to be that up. You just end up in really bad situations because of it. Luckily you got out though. How did that happen? Bro, my guy chunked you. Wait, did the guy just not shield for you? I gotta watch it from his point of view. I think he kept dropping the shield when he threw something. So, dude, that guy just did not care about you. I got it. Cool. Just use the boost pad though. It's like you're not ready for the danger, and when it comes, you're always flustered every time. And it's like you're like, you know, you said that already, Poppin'. I know, and I'm gonna keep saying it because it keeps happening. It's clearly a habit that we need to fix. Why did we drop down if we could have done what we were doing from up there and have been safe? If you die here, I'm turning this replay off. You better not die in the next 30 seconds. I mean, see, you didn't really accomplish anything by dropping down. Wait to use the ult. Or not. It's like, what do we accomplish with what we're doing? That's the thing. It's like, some of how you play has intent. And then some of how you play, like most, like, it's weird. Most of your gameplay has no intent behind it. And then you have spurts of moments that have intent. As an example, when you were running to the nest when Spider-Man was chasing you, intent. When you ulted the ult from Doctor Strange, intent. But then there's a lot of other stuff that just has no intent. That was a good shot. Okay, you're doing the same thing. Look at it from their perspective. Like, I know you feel like you're not in danger because there's a tank in front of you, but that's the furthest thing from the truth. Look at, let's just say, Cloak and Dagger. It's probably better. You walk forward, now I can shoot you. If I'm Hawkeye, if I'm Black Widow, if I'm anything with range, you're getting hurt. If I'm up here and you decide to cross that threshold, you're getting hurt. If I'm here and you decide to cross that threshold, you're getting hurt. What we could do is we can do everything that you're doing from here. That way you fight those guys and cut off the angle from those guys. Should they come behind you, different story, but we're in the same scenario should they come behind you right now where you are. So that's not really applicable here. You're too into it right now. Just ignore him. You see how much focus you're putting on this guy? That's literally what I was saying in the first part of this episode, was that you focus on him too much. You can't hit him. You focus on him way too much. Let's just see, in that moment that you were focusing on him, could you have been doing anything different? Is it here? A little bit further. Yeah. Okay. So we're doing it. We're doing our thing. We're clapping cheeks. Bang, bang. All right. You hear Spider-Man. You see Spider-Man. In this moment, nobody is really in danger. We could have just walked forward and fought this guy. We could have circled this if we really wanted to. Honestly, if you were chilling here, you probably wouldn't even have focused you because she's way more of a juicy target than you are in that position. This whole entire time, what could be done? Venom's going deep. They're fighting. Why is your tank so passive? Like, just... Like, why you just let your support take all that damage, dog? Like, you could be doing more. Would it have changed the outcome of the game? Probably not. But that's the scenario where it's like, you technically could have had your attention elsewhere. And then we ended up dying. What I would focus on with your gameplay is have more intent behind what you're doing, because a lot of what you're doing and where you're standing just doesn't really make sense because we're just there. We're just there, and our goal is to heal. We're not intentionally doing damage to specific targets. We're not intentionally standing at certain angles. all we're doing is just letting our team play the game, and we're tossing out heals to keep them alive as long as possible. This is one of those scenarios where if your team is good, you win. If they are not good, you lose. We want to flip that more in your favor and have you win more games because you're just outputting so much more as a support. Not in terms of damage, but just as a player, you're just outputting more. I would like to see you get better at having an escape plan. If you do get dove on, have an escape plan. How are you going to react? How are you going to fight? Let's not pay attention to things floating around in the air. If we're going to do things, run around in a circle or whatever, but still focus your attention on what's more important than the thing flying up above you. All this stuff takes practice, don't get me wrong. If I were to start anywhere though, because I would start from the root, your positioning needs to improve. Not just for Spider-Man, but when things get chaotic, when things get hectic, you have no clue where to stand, you have no clue what angles are where to be at, and that's what's really holding you back right now. Once you really focus on how to position better, you are going to be in a really good spot. I actually have, I don't know if you watched it, but I have that video and I played Luna in it, in the climb video of how to get to Diamond. I played Luna, and I'm getting dove by Iron Fist repeatedly, and I'm showing you kind of what to do, how to position, where to think, and stuff like that. I think it'd be really applicable if you haven't already seen it, and it would help you out a lot. But if I were to say anything, it's that positioning. It's got to improve. However, I will say, if you guys are enjoying the content, as I said before, and you are and you're learning a lot, consider becoming a member. As I said before, it does help the channel quite a bit, and I do appreciate any and all of you that are already or have a future in becoming a member. As always, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for being a member at Cloudy. And until next time, you know what I always say. Thank you guys for doing what? Popping often. A little often.